Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a video on the appreciation of Seiko, whether at the entry level or at the top tier Grail Seiko diver. In the very recent past, I've become a very good friend to a fellow YouTuber and Facebook Seiko watch enthusiast named Seiko Steve. I would say that we got acquainted mainly on Gethin Christian's channel, because Gethin had done a series of videos on many of Seiko Steve's watches. And, you know, he had subscribed to my channel, commented on some of my videos, and then ended up seeing him on Facebook, friend requested him, and we became very good Seiko brothers, and Seiko brothers for life. Steve is very much a Seiko enthusiast, as am I. You guys see my channel, all my watches are Seikos except for the 3 Orients and a G-Shock that I own. And I have a few Casios as well. So, just quick wrist check, guys. I'm wearing the Seiko SKX009. This is pretty much the watch that started it all for me. Now, this wasn't the first 009. This is my second. And both were gifted to me by my twin brother. So, anyway, just wanted to show you guys what I have on the wrist today, and it's the Seiko SKX009. So, the topic of this video, last week I had done a post on my YouTube channel of the watch that I was wearing for the day. And it was my Citizens NY0086 Fugu, which is kind of the competitor to the SKX009. It's a Pepsi. It's their Pepsi diver. It was their answer to the SKX. And one of my subscribers says, "Hey man, you need to do another. I want to see another video on the appreciation of Seiko." So, you know what? I was thinking, I've been really crazy busy with work and life. Just everything's just, you know, been kind of hectic and a little stressful. Got some things going on in my life, guys. I could, deeply appreciate any prayers coming my way. But anyway, so I've been thinking, not only doing just an appreciation video, but just to kind of do a journey video, my journey with Seiko. I know I had done a video in the past, my Seiko stepping stones, from, the beginning of the watch collection with the SKX, and then ending up with the SLA 047 J1 Marine Master. Still the grail of grails, guys, and this is where, as of right now, where the Seiko journey has ended for me. However, my good friend Seiko Steve, on his channel, we kind of have a very opposite end of the spectrum journey, because from what I gather, when Seiko Steve first started collecting his Seikos, he kind of started at the top. He started with the SLAs, the 047, 021, 019, 023, and then he's even acquired the latest and greatest, the Seiko SLA 081 MM600. But as of late, Seiko Steve has been investing a lot of his money in Seiko 5s. So the reason why I say our journeys kind of have gone in just different directions is because he started at the top, and now he's coming down the mountain. And I started, kind of like at the bottom, and started with the SKX. And then I acquired, you know, in my collection, Seiko 5s. And then I went on to the Seiko Sumo, and then the Turtles, and then the Monsters, and then the Baby Tunas. And, you know, finally was able to acquire the SLA 047 J1 MM300. And it's an interesting journey for both of us, because we, you know, Steve is in the UK, I'm in the United States. We're on opposite sides of the pond. And we have very opposite journeys as well. And the whole point of this is whether you start at the top with the SLA watches, Marine Masters, or you start at an entry level. And I could have included like all my watches in this video, guys, but you know, it's like, I've already done my Seiko collection. That's not what this is about. It's not even a comparison in this video. It's not even a review. I think what I'm trying to say is the entry level, you know, the almost like the exit watch of Seiko, before you get into the spring drives and Grand Seikos, and even the newer 081 Marine Master. What I appreciate about Seiko, and even going back to the SKX, guys, it's just it's such a, you know, flawed but beloved legendary Seiko watch. And it's you know, beginning and in between all that is Seiko just makes, to me, in my opinion, the best watches in the world for the price that you pay. Now, are Seikos flawed with QC issues? Of course they are. Do we have bezel and chapter ring misalignments and stuff like that? Yeah. It would be easy for people to criticize Seiko. Seiko's, you know, they have their flaws, and as far as their accuracy range, a lot of people steer clear from Seiko because it's you know, it could be a -15 +25 or whatever. But generally Seiko delivers. They exceed the expectations of the stated accuracies of these watches. And they're phenomenal timekeepers, and they'll last a lifetime. So again, I started my journey at the lower level and spent years, guys, 20 plus years trying to acquire a Marine, not, you know, necessarily this Marine Master, but just trying to acquire the Grail. And I finally achieved that. That's my journey. And, you know, in between, you know, the journey was phenomenal because I did it, you know, I did get a Turtle, I did get a Sumo, I did get a Monster, I did get a Baby Tuna. And it's with each watch, it's just a different story. And it doesn't matter where you start at in your journey. Again, you know, Seiko Steve and I started at different points in the collection of these amazing watches. But whether you start at the beginning or you start at the end, it's amazing to see like someone like Seiko Steve, my good buddy, because he started at the top. He's got the best of the best. You know, but he ventured down and started to discover that even just the basic 5KXs or he recently acquired this Blueberry and posted that. And he was so thrilled with it that he ordered, you know, different color variants. So whether you're, you know, and he's coming to the reality, or, you know, I already knew that because I started at the bottom and then worked my way up, but he started at the top and is coming down. But it's amazing that someone that has some of the best Seiko watches in the world is still, you know, saying, you know what, let me check out a Seiko 5. You know, let me check out a Seiko 5KX. And he's thrilled with the accuracy and the performances of these watches. And now, I believe he owns a 007. I think I've read in one of his posts. I have the 009. So he has even the SKX, but, you know, he's even gone out, and I kind of can say the same. You know, I have the 099, or yeah, 009, and I have the 011 Orange Boy SKX, but he's even gone on to say, and with this example here, I don't have any 5KXs, but I do have this Seiko 5 GMT. He's even going out on a limb and saying that, you know, these are exceeding the SKX. You know, is it a 200-meter diver, ISO-rated diver? No, but it, you know, does it need to be? I mean, this was Seiko's answer to an affordable automatic GMT that, you know, they kind of broke ground. This is extremely, I think, in the Seiko history, in the history of their lineup, and in the future coming up, this is going to be a groundbreaking, legendary watch, just like the SKX 009 is, because before Seiko made this watch, there wasn't an affordable GMT. Now there is, and Seiko did that. So anywhere in between, guys, you have the SSK 003 and you have the SLA 047J1. No matter where your journey starts or where it ends, or, you know, you could start at the top and work your way down, or, you know, most people, you know, start with an affordable Seiko, and then they gradually climb the ladder, and they move into the next phase of their Seiko watch collection. Or, you know, you could start anywhere, like in the middle, you know, work your way down, work your way back up. But Seiko offers some of the best. This watch right here, guys, I paid $475 from a local authorized dealer, guys. This watch, it looks amazing. It looks like at least an $1,100 or $1,200 watch. It wears phenomenally well. It keeps good time. It's accurate, and it looks like $1 million. Seiko did a phenomenal, and they are doing a phenomenal job, even with just the regular 5KXs. I know that Seiko has just recently put out a new Seiko 5 that has the squared indices, and I've checked that watch out, and it also has like the Hardlex covered bezel. And this is a friction bezel. Well, that's a 120 click rotating bezel. That watch is phenomenal. It comes on like with this is the new Seiko 5 bracelet. Other than my Marine Master class, this is stock, and it you know, it's coming with a solid, really heavy duty solid bracelet with solid end links. And I'm really tempted to, in the future, in the near future, maybe checking out acquiring one of those. So, and, you know, nothing needs to be said about this watch, guys. You guys know this is my holy grail, and you guys know how happy this watch makes me. So anyway, just my thoughts on two people's journeys. I can speak for myself, and Seiko Steve and I have chatted back and forth and messaging each other and just commenting on each other's videos. Seiko, at any level, guys, you can get a phenomenal, fantastic watch that'll last a lifetime, that you can pass on to family, your children, and you're not going to go wrong. They just offer, to me, in my opinion, Seiko is one of the best watchmakers in the world, and at any price point, any level, you're not going to go wrong. You're going to acquire a phenomenal watch. So this isn't a comparison. This is just a storyline of you know, entry level or grail level and everything in between. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. God bless, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.